I've been around the game since I've been a baby. I have pictures on the Boston Celtics half court when I'm literally like 1 year old. And then we had a half court in our backyard when I was growing up. So I was always out there shooting by myself or with my dad. He played for the Boston Celtics, the Toronto Raptors, and the Orlando Magic. Slam dunk champion. He's taught me everything I know. I mean, he always says that he built my game from the ground up. My dad was actually a WNBA coach when I was in elementary school. And when I was around the WNBA for the first time, like in person, that's when I realized that I wanted to be a WNBA player.
Brown, transition three, she got it. Brown, wanna attack the basket. Lexie Brown with the contested three for LA.
Last offseason, I had a great offseason. I had a decent camp, but like after every practice, I was just kind of like, why am I so tired? Like this doesn't really make any sense. The season starts and I just start to feel worse and worse and getting more tired, and I'm like not feeling like I'm in shape. And I'm like, there's no way that I'm out of shape right now with the practices we're having, the minutes I'm playing. How am I still this exhausted all the time? And that's just so unlike me. So I'm pushing through, and we get to a game in Dallas, and I just like could not pull it together. I looked horrible, I didn't play great, and I felt terrible. And at that moment, I was like, okay guys, like I need to go see a specialist, or I need to go to the hospital, I need to do something. And I was at the doctor the next day, and then I was in surgery, my first surgery the day after that. So it ended up being something like extremely serious, and my surgeon told me that there was a chance of me going septic. So the fact that I finally was able to just be like, okay, like this is enough, probably saved my life.
A starter and leader in this new era of Sparks basketball, Lexie Brown is overjoyed to be wearing purple and gold after missing 28 games due to an unknown illness. It wasn't until November that Lexie learned she had been battling Crohn's disease.
Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disease. It varies case to case, which makes it such a hard disease to treat. The first thing people say is, you look great. And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't feel great. I took a significant break after our WNBA season ended, and I finally got back on the court around January. I had a way better training camp this year than last year, and I had a really good start to the season as well. But then like the games, the traveling, the practices, it kind of started piling up. I was feeling some pain and where I had my surgeries, and my energy was just super low. And I think that's where the decision for me to take a break happened, because not only was I doing myself a disservice of being ready to go, then not ready to go, but I was also doing a disservice to the coaching staff and my teammates who didn't know what version of Lexie they were gonna get that day. And anybody that knows me knows how hard it's been for me to just like shut everything down, because that's just not something that I'm used to doing. But it's made all the difference, and it's allowed me to make some really significant progress in the last few months. Despite all of the hurdles I've had to jump over to keep my WNBA dream alive, it really keeps me going. And I think when a lot of people have asked me, like, is all this like worth it to you? And it is, it absolutely is. And I sometimes don't think people realize like how much of a basketball junkie I really am. Like I live and breathe basketball. So that is something that I've really learned about myself in this entire process.